What's going on, my PT peeps? One Eyebrow back to talk about The Walking Dead and do a recap of seasons 1 through 7 discussion. Just a fun thing. We're not going to cover everything, but since The Walking Dead is coming up on its 100th episode, I can't wait for it, guys. So season 8, episode 1 will be the 100th episode of The Walking Dead. Spoiler warning if you're not up to date of the show. Not spoilers for season 8 by any means, but if you don't know the show and you're not up to date, I don't know why you're watching this video, but a general spoiler warning. But the fans are thanked by each cast member on The Walking Dead in an awesome video. I tried to upload it. It wouldn't let me do it. I'm going to try to do it later. But it's a cool video by AMC and The Walking Dead where they thank the fans. And without the fans, the show would be nothing. And they know that. So let's talk about way back in the first episode. And just going to highlight some things of the seasons. You know, I can't cover everything, but we'll just cover some cool things. So way back in the first episode, really the first sequence, Rick Grimes, awesome. When he took out Teddy Bear Girl, you were like, man, this show's going to be great. And it has been great, really, a lot of the seasons, a lot of the series. And it's just awesome to think where they came from in season 1, episode 1, to season 8, episode 1, where they're going to be. We saw a lot of cast, a lot of new characters throughout the seasons. Glenn, Rick, Lori, Carl, Abraham, Daryl, Myrtle. I can't even name them all. It's pretty great. And there's just too many to talk about. But there's so many great memories of things. And what's your favorite memory of the show? I guess it's hard to say myself, but there's a couple that we'll highlight down the road. But Daryl, Rick, they were at odds at the beginning, and now they're brothers. The whole Morales tale. Will Morales come back? Well, he went away in the middle of season 1, and we haven't seen him since. Myrtle cut off his hand. Is that the only time someone will cut off their hand? In the comic, Rick lost his hand. It's been a big debate if Rick will ever lose his hand. Rick, Shane, Lori, that craziness. Was it necessary? I guess so, but that changed the whole dynamic of the show and the cast. Edwin Jenner, Dr. Edwin Jenner, will he ever be mentioned again? Will we ever find a cure? Sophia, the farm, Rick. That was the downfall for me of the series when it just took so long to get resolution of it. When she came out the barn, it was like, oh my gosh, yes, finally. It was a tough scene, but it was great. Shane and Rick at odds of each other. Man, that was a great scene too. Loved it. Rick put him down. That was it. The governor. Yes, the show's true first bad guy, the villain. People say Shane was a villain, but he was a good villain for sure. And a lot of big things happened with the governor. He's definitely the first villain in my eyes. I think he was probably one of the best villains. Some say better than Negan. A lot of people like Negan, but Negan's not true villain all the way like the governor really was. Myrtle, Daryl, that dynamic, that connection, that relationship. This is a heartbreaking moment. I mean, if you like Daryl or not, to put down your own brother has got to be really tough, and Daryl's had to do a lot. The Andrea death changed the whole dynamic of the show. Andrea was supposed to end up with Rick. Now we got Rick and Michonne. The governor came back around. We knew that would happen. I mean, he left alive to come back around to cause some more chaos, kill Herschel. That was a tough death as well. There was a lot of tough deaths, a lot of good memories, a lot of bad memories, a lot of tough things. I guess not bad memories, but just tough moments, like terrible moments to watch. The governor finally got his. That was great. Rick bit a throat. Jim, kind of felt bad for Jim a little bit, but they were going to kill him, so you got to do it. Terminus, that was good and bad, but also like lackluster of things too. They were there for like half a day. The Beth death, crazy, man. That was just one of those things where you're like, oh man, I didn't see it coming. Tyrese death was a little weak. Character was a little weak on the show in my eyes, but it was a tough death. We got some new characters. Just love this picture here of the characters, the cast, and I love a lot of these people in this lineup. Aaron still around. Game changing again. Going to Alexandria. Noah death. Aiden. Deanna. Reg. Just the big dynamic of so many things in Alexandria. Morgan coming back around. It was awesome. The fans wanted Morgan to come back around. We got him back. Very cool. Season 6, one of my favorite seasons. Love it. Probably the best season so far. Daryl leading the herd away. Love the dynamic here. Michonne, do you take one of my protein bars? Nope. Just love it. Just little things like that. Abe, looking like Arnold Schwarzenegger here. Military man, getting the rocket launcher. Just very cool. Loved Carol coming around. And that was one of my favorite things of Carol is the dynamic and the story arc of Carol. Deanna. Who's Deanna? Just love the one-liners by Abe. Deanna was a good character. I liked her, even though she was a little crazy, couldn't kill a walker. Then we get our introduction to the Saviors and another game-changing moment. Another big moment was Carl getting his eye shot out. They did it. Pretty awesome. That was a great scene that from the comic books that they did. Jesus takes the wheel, meets Daryl and Rick. Eventually they get to Hilltop where we meet Gregory and that terrible guy, but a new, area. Hilltop, love it. Eugene, I don't know if Eugene and Rosita are going to get together like in the comics, but we'll see. Love Eugene for the comedy, foreshadowing, callbacks, Easter eggs. They set this up with Glenn. Then we got the Negan lineup. That was the cliffhanger from hell, right? Everybody was saying it was terrible. It was a terrible summer. Who was he going to kill? And he kills 2. They set it up, and that's what The Walking Dead loves to do for it. A very touching scene here with Maggie and them removing the bodies, man. I'm not going to lie. I cried watching that with Maggie and Rick helping them. The what could have been scenario opened up the Sunday dinner tablecloth theory of who's going to die, and it pretty much came true. Shiva and Ezekiel, the kingdom, even more new characters. Season 7 was full of new characters, good and bad. Jerry, we love him. Hopefully he stays around. I know I do. Season 7 was a little on the depressing side. Easy street, Daryl Dixon being caught. But then we had low moments, and then we had some epic moments, some big moments. Rick and Daryl coming back together. Very cool. Like that moment. Very nice, heartfelt moment. Rick got his Colt Python back. It's like he was getting his Excalibur back and ready to roll. I'm excited to see that. Daryl Dixon got his crossbow back. Now we got Daryl back. So we got Rick and Daryl. You better watch out. Rick's a happy man. For some reason, we're not sure exactly why he was smiling here. And then Winslow, it was kind of weak, but kind of cool to see the walker. We wanted to see what was going on with it from the trailer, and we did. Bad CGI. The budget was on Shiva, I guess. But either way, the junkyard, we got to see how big it was. I'm Negan. Eugene turning into Negan. And do you like it? Do you not? Do you think Eugene's got something up his sleeve? Makes the pills for Negan. Doesn't use them for Negan, but kills Sasha. Very sad. Eugene's coming around. We'll see if he's a strong character or just trying to survive. We'll see in season 8. Negan does a pretty stupid thing here by killing one of the only doctors that we see on the show for a Sherry reason, whatever. Bad CGI again with this deer. And that's got to be the worst CGI of the series, right? I mean, come on. Then we got a sad moment of Morgan killing Richard. Morgan broke his code, killed Richard, started to get crazy again. Then we got these knuckleheads, some of the worst characters of the Saviors. They need to go, right? Hopefully in season 8. I can't wait. Then we got Rosita pissing a lot of people off, going on a rampage, getting other people killed. I mean, just not being smart. Sasha didn't take the shot. Wish she did. At least wounded Negan or something. Oceanside, we got Rick and the group of Oceanside coming together, helping out. Hopefully we see them again. Negan doing something good, taking care of David because he was going to hurt Sasha. Terrible. Abraham flashback. I love it. It was a sad reason because we lost Sasha. But either way, it's good to see Abraham. Hopefully we get a Glenn flashback as well. Negan, Rick. Is Rick going to kill Negan? I mean, he said it several times that he's going to kill him. We'll see. Shiva saves the day. Love it. We need more Shiva on the show. Shiva saves Carl. Definitely love that. One thing nobody loved, except for Negan, I guess, was Jadis betraying Rick, turning on Rick, making a new deal with Negan. But all out war is set. We got Rick, Ezekiel, Jerry, Carol, Carl, the group, Maggie, Kingdom, Hilltop, Survivors, all coming together to battle the Saviors. We're going to war. Season 8, All Out War, episode 801, be the 100th episode of the series. From this Rick to, New Beginning Rick, All Out War Rick. Can't believe we came from Sheriff Rick Grimes to Old Man Rick in 8 seasons. Gonna be awesome. So there you go, guys. Check out my books on Amazon.com, BarnesandNoble.com. Fight for Us, The Beginning, Reunited, books 1 and 2. Very excited for that. I'm working on book 3 as we speak right here. So book 3, Fight for Us, Refuge. I'm excited to have it out hopefully next month. Check me out on Instagram and Twitter at the PT channel. We post stuff all the time, giving shout out for shout out. So if you want a shout out, give me a shout out on your YouTube channel or the community or Instagram or somewhere. I'll give you a shout out in an upcoming YouTube clip or a Instagram post. Check out the Walking Dead community. And as always, guys, hit that subscribe button. Help us achieve our goal of 100,000 subscribers. You guys are awesome. Thank you for watching.